Hey, what's going on, everybody? So we're gonna do something a little different in this tutorial. Instead of going through and showing how to play a bunch of different parts on the songs, what we thought we'd do is we would do a session breakdown and just kind of show you the Pro Tools session, and kind of quickly kind of let you hear like all the different parts and then how they gel together. This is the song More Than Anything from Vineyard Worship, and there's a brand new studio single and a live in studio video that has just come out. And it's a really cool song. I think it was primarily written by Adam Russell. There could have been some other co-writers on it as well. But let's look at the session. So we're going to jump over to Pro Tools, and I'm just gonna not spend a lot of time dissecting it, but just kind of solo through some different parts and let you kind of hear how a lot of these pieces have been put together. Sam Lane sang on this song, and the intro of the song is pretty stripped back and bare, and so let's kind of listen to just a little bit of like what's happening in this intro verse section. There's a lot of kind of things that sound like a little bit kind of like sound effects and reversed audio, but it's mostly piano driven, with some other kind of ambient things with his vocal. So let's just give a quick listen.
More than anything, more than anything, you are beautiful.
It's really cool, really kind of intimate moment. Let's just listen to the vocals just so you can hear kind of what's happening with just the vocals here.
More than anything, more than anything.
So one thing that jumps out to me right away in listening to this is you realize how close Sam feels, and some of that is like in the recording process, like just he's up close on the microphone, but then there's the compressors are doing a lot to bring his vocal really tight so that there's like the breath is really kind of popping out. So that's really cool. There's a little bit of you can kind of hear just a tiny bit of like a vocal back wall thing, just a little like slapback thing. That's kind of cool. Let's jump up to the pianos here. There's like just kind of more of a standard kind of grand piano thing, and then a whirly. And let's listen to that whirly. The whirly adds a lot to the kind of the vibe. I love that like tremolo thing that's happening. And then we'll bring in let's listen to just the piano. It's really cool, really lo-fi, lots of like tail on the reverb, and you bring those things together. And then there's just like this like reverse whirly intro. It kind of like swells up with it. It's really awesome. Let's go to a bigger section of the song where more things start to come in. I love going from the verses into the chorus, like that re-intro section is or the intro section into the first chorus is really cool, and stuff starts to really kind of build up and happen. And let's just listen real quick to us coming out of verse 2 and then re-entering into the big chorus.
Are beautiful. Your glory fills our hearts with hallelujah. Your glory fills our hearts with hallelujah.
Okay, so this is definitely like a big payoff moment in the song where the song is kind of hitting a crescendo. And there's a lot that's going on. And I do want to start with, the rhythmic elements are so important. And I'm going to start with the acoustic drums first. Let's just give a listen to just those coming into the chorus. Okay, so that's those are really chopped up, heavily processed, but it's kind of a cool blending of having the overhead room mics then mixed in with a bunch of one-shot samples that are put on there, and then we also have I'm going to go down and turn on another layer and let you hear this other layer that's kind of got like these brushy. Almost like a shaker type of effect that's going on, and these are it's kind of subdividing everything, giving a lot more movement, which is really fun. Make sure I get all the right buses on here. I turn on, we have a bunch of crash cymbals, and I think that's going to give us everything we want here. I love that stuff. Just all those little movements that are subdividing it. All of a sudden the drums start to feel tight and focused, but then also have this like nice movement to it. That's kind of shuffling along and making the song, just kind of kick into another gear. It's pretty straight ahead, just electric bass in this section. Nothing too special. There is some synth bass that I'll show in the bridge and in the verses. Let's listen to what some of the guitars are doing. And the guitars are actually pretty important to a lot of the sense of movement and rhythm as well. Let's see, some of this stuff is spread out. Let's start with the acoustic guitars, because acoustic guitars are doing some real simple little rhythmic things. This is verse, then the end of verse 2 coming into the chorus. So it's acoustic guitar, starts off just being on the left, and then when it hits the chorus, there's two separate things that are tracked that split the guitars apart, and it's two separate parts. But then there's a dulcimer that's just kind of like going along as well that I'm going to put in there so you can hear what those are doing. I love what those are doing. They're just adding some nice rhythm and little melodic like shimmer. Let's jump up to electric guitars, and then I'm going to show you the vocals. So electric guitars are doing a combination of things where you have some straight ahead rhythm, you have some just single notes that are kind of moving with the melody. Let me show you these couple here, and then we have some big kind of like guitar stabs that are going on. They're kind of filling some of the spaces in between the lyric, which is really important. And now let's jump down to the vocal and listen to. I kind of want to show especially kind of like what the verbs, the reverb delay things are doing on this chorus here, and then show you just kind of like what happens with when you start bringing in. I think there's some doubles on this chorus, and then some harmonies as well. They're doing some really interesting stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the dry vocal first. Turn off a couple things here, and then I'll bring in the reverbs. So this is just Sam's vocal dry.
You are beautiful. Your glory fills our hearts with hallelujah.
Again, it's super cool because like what's happening there is like it feels very close. I mean, and you know, there's intentional kind of saturation that's on this vocal that's kind of gonna help it stick out in the mix. But let's listen, especially to when it comes into that chorus. Like listen to what the verb. There's two different verbs. I'm going to bring on bring up the vocal slap first, and you're going to hear just like a little bit of a sense of a back wall happening in the room.
Your glory fills our heart.
Well, it'd help if I turned that on. Here we go.
Your glory fills our hearts with hallelujah.
So just a little bit of back wall. Now let's turn on the delay, and this is adding a lot.
Your glory fills our hearts with hallelujah.
It's great. It's just filling in all those little spaces. Let's listen to it with the doubles now.
Your glory fills our hearts with hallelujah.
Just doing a little bit of imaging. It's just like widening out the vocal, and then we got we got harmonies that are happening underneath this. Again, adding some more width. I think so. Make sure I have all the buses on for this. I think that's it.
Your glory fills our hearts with hallelujah. Your glory fills our hearts with hallelujah.
It's awesome what that does. Now let's listen to that whole section again. coming back into the chorus now that you kind of know how some of the pieces are all working together.
Are beautiful. Your glory fills our hearts with hallelujah. Your glory fills our hearts with hallelujah. Your glory fills our
Yeah, so that's basically it. And I know a lot of you do a lot of production work. There's a lot of churches that are starting to record and put out their own songs and their own records, and this stuff's just really fun. It's really cool to kind of see just different workflows and the way that different people put different things together. And Carl, who did all the production work and the mixing on this, just did a really cool job putting all these different pieces and elements together and mixing them to serve the song really well. So I just wanted to give you an inside peek at More Than Anything, and I hope that you enjoy it and that inspires you with whatever work you're doing. So, all right, peace.